وما يستوي البحران هذا عذب فرات سائغ شرابه وهذا ملح أجاج ومن كل تأكلون لحما طريا وتستخرجون حلية تلبسونها وترى الفلك فيه مواخر لتبتغوا من فضله ولعلكم تشكرون.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, we will talk about what is marine biology? Do you know what is marine biology? Marine biology is a scientific study of marine life organisms in the sea. Given that in biology, many phyla, families, and genera have some species that live in the sea. Oceanography is a study of physical and biological aspects of the ocean. It is an important earth science which covers a wide range of topics, including ecosystem dynamics, ocean current, wave, and geophysical fluid dynamics, plate tectonics, and the geology of the sea floor, and floods of various chemical substances and physical properties within the ocean and across its boundaries.
The first phenomena that have been stated in the Quran is two sea meet but do not mix together. How? Alright, modern science has discovered that in the place where two different seas meet, there are a barrier between them. The barrier divides those two seas so that it has its own temperature, salinity and density. For example, Mediterranean sea water is warm, saline and less dense compared to the Atlantic Ocean water. When Mediterranean water enters the Atlantic over the Gibraltar Seal, it moves several hundred kilometers into the Atlantic at a depth of about 1,000 meters, with its own warm, saline, and less dense characteristics. The Mediterranean water stabilizes it at this depth. Allah has said,
مرج البحرين يلتقيان بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان.
When the Quran speaks about the divider between fresh and salt water, it mentions the existence of a forbidding partition with the barrier. Allah has said in the Quran,
وهو الذي مرج البحرين هذا عذب فرات وهذا ملح أجاج وجعل بينهما برزخا وحجرا محجورا.
Modern science has discovered that in estuaries where fresh and salt water meet, the situation is somewhat different from what is found in places where two seas meet. It has been discovered that what distinguishes fresh water from salt water in estuaries is a phenocline zone with a marked density discontinuity separating the two layers. This partition has a different salinity from the fresh water and from the salt water. Okay, next point. Underwater volcano. Allah has said in the Quran,
والبحر المسجور.
in early days of Quran, the Arabs could not perceive the connotation and the meaning of swearing by the burning sea, for the verb burn means to destroy or damage by fire. Furthermore, fire and water are bitter enemies, as water extinguishes fire and heat vaporizes water. So, this has led a number of interpretations to look for another meaning of the verb sajjar instead of burn. They were pleased to know that it has other meanings, to swell up, as they are now able to interpret the verse saying that Allah has told humanity and He has filled oceans and seas with water and prevented them from overflowing over land. By studying the oceanic mountain chains, it became clear that they were formed as a result of violent volcanic eruptions through a huge net of deep faults that splits the rocky crust and completely surround it. This balance between the opposites, fire and water on the ocean floors, including the South Atlantic Ocean and the Arctic Oceans. The third and the final example from this phenomena is the river under the seafloor. Allah has stated in the Quran,
وهو الذي مرج البحرين هذا عذب فرات وهذا ملح أجاج وجعل بينهما برزخا وحجرا محجورا.
In 1980s, an oceanographer and a famous diver from France, Mr. Jacques-Yves Cousteau, was exploring Conote Angelita, Mexico, where exists a cave that has fresh water until the depth of 30 meters and salty water at the depth of 60 meters, and he saw a river at the bottom, complete with trees and leaves. This strange phenomena confused Mr. Cousteau and encouraged him to find the cause of separation between fresh water and salty water in the middle of the ocean. He started to think that it could be his own imagination or hallucination while diving. Time flows by the incident, but he never stopped searching for the answer to that strange phenomena. One day, he met a Muslim professor. Then he told him of that strange phenomena. The professor remembered the verse from Quran about the meeting between the two oceans like stated at the verse before. Mr. Cousteau was amazed to hear those verses from the Quran. It's impossible for Al-Quran to be written by Muhammad himself, who lived in the 7th century, an age where there is no high-tech diving equipment to reach the remote area of the ocean's depth. It is truly an evidence of truth, a news about a strange phenomena from 50 centuries ago. Then, Mr. Cousteau reverted to Islam shortly after the incidents. However, some of the researchers said that the river is not an ordinary river. Instead, it is a hydrogen sulfide layer, which looks almost like a river. See how great is the creation of Allah, the most gracious and highest among all.
ظهر الفساد في البر والبحر بما كسبت أيدي الناس ليذيقهم بعض الذي عملوا لعلهم يرجعون.
From this ayat Quran, it shows that the disaster that happened on earth, it is because of the human hands. In this section, I want to discuss about the environmental issue about our marine biology. Our ocean have been long used as an intentional dumping ground for all sorts of waste, including sewage, industrial runoff, and chemicals. Many of these pollutants reach to the ocean depth or float far distant from their original source,
where they are consumed by small marine organisms and introduced into the global food chain. Marine pollution encompasses many types of pollution that disrupt the marine ecosystem, including chemical, light, noise, and plastic pollution. Some marine pollution may be accidental, for example, oil spill caused by tanker accident. But oil spill can cause huge damage to the marine environment. All marine pollution has the potential to seriously damage marine habitat and life in the sea. Scientists are concerned that marine pollution places extra stress on organisms that are already threatened or endangered. So, the first issue that our marine ecosystem face is our marine ecosystem are polluted by the chemical pollution. Chemical pollution is the introduction of harmful contaminants. Common man-made pollutants that reach the ocean include pesticide, herbicide, fertilizer, detergent, oil, industrial chemical, and sewage. Dumping of the most toxic material was banned by the London Dumping Convention in 1973. People once assumed that the ocean was so large that all pollutants would be diluted and dispersed to safe level, but in reality, they have not disappeared, and some toxic man-made chemicals have even become more concentrated as they have entered the food chain. Tiny animals at the bottom of the food chain, such as plankton in the ocean, absorb the chemical as they feed. Because they do not break down easily, the chemical accumulate in this organism, becoming much more concentrated in their body than in the surrounding water or soil. These organisms are eaten by small animals, and the concentration rises again. People become contaminated either directly from household products or by eating contaminated seafood and animal fat. Evidence is mounting that a number of man-made chemicals can cause serious health problems, including cancer, damage to the immune system, behavioral problems, and reduced fertility. The next issue is plastic pollution. Plastic pollution seeps into the ocean through runoff and even purposeful dumping. The amount of plastic in the Atlantic Ocean has tripled since the 1960s. The garbage patch floating in the Pacific Ocean at almost 620,000 square miles, twice the size of Texas, is a powerful image of our plastic problem. A huge culprit is single-use plastic, used once before tossed into the trash or directly into the ocean. These single-use items are accidentally consumed by many marine mammals. Plastic bags resemble jellyfish, a common food for sea turtle, while some seabirds eat plastic because it releases a chemical that makes it smell like its natural food. High concentration of plastic material, particularly plastic bags, have been found blocking and breathing passage and stomach of many marine species, including whales, dolphins, seal, puffin, and turtle. Plastic stick-pack wing for drink bottles can also choke marine mammals. Solid garbage also makes its way to the ocean. Plastic bags, balloon, glass bottle, shoes, packaging material is not disposed of correctly. Almost everything we throw away can reach the sea. This garbage can also come back to shore where it pollutes beach and other coastal habitats. As the conclusion, the environment is one of Allah's blessings to human beings, and He entrusts us with a role to preserve the environment so that the balance of the universe can be maintained. Furthermore, Al-Quran also states the function and purpose of why humans are created on the earth. Al-Quran also gives several steps to the first to guide human beings in their effort to preserve the environment and prevent them from causing destruction on earth. Therefore, as a Muslim country that uses Al-Quran as main source of guidance, we should be able to handle the environmental issue and reduce the environmental destruction more efficiently. Thank you.